wellness and fitness. You can get that all right here on Today's Tidbits. Today's Tidbits. Today's Tidbits. Hi, Nancy. Hey, Lanier. Hey, Kendrick. Hey, Donna. Hey, Darnell. Hello, everybody. Thank you all for joining me at a special time tonight. I had a meeting that I had to attend that was mandatory, so I had to get on here at 9 o'clock. So I see people have already joined. So thank you for joining me tonight. I'm going to be talking about the keto diet. I'm going to log on, make sure I'm on Facebook on my computer so that I can see all your questions. Make sure that it's muted. So real quick, if any of you have heard of the keto diet, have been curious about it, just go ahead and give me some hearts or likes, or just put your questions down here below so that I can answer them for you. Hey, Candace. Okay, so before I get started, I want to share a little testimony with you guys. 18 years ago today, I was in a near fatal car accident, and my son had just turned a year old, and I was headed to work. I had a migraine that morning. I normally take him to daycare, and I had to ask my husband to take him to daycare instead of me taking him. And on my way to work, I realized that I needed some gas. So I stopped at the gas station and pulled out of the gas station behind an 18-wheeler. And hi, Miss Jean. And the 18-wheeler didn't know, the guy that was driving didn't know where he was going. He was supposed to be turning on Central Avenue. So he stopped abruptly to make a turn, and my car went under the 18-wheeler. And I walked away with just a scratch on my pinky finger. So I'm just always in awe of God every year, December 10th, that he gave me a second chance. And now I can look 18 years now later and see that he had so much purpose for my life. There was so much more that I needed to do. So I posted a picture of the car. I try to celebrate it every year. This is probably the first year I didn't boohoo cry. Just got up thanking and praising God that I was still here. So thank you, Lord, for that. So without further ado, I wanted to talk to you today about the keto diet. I have been doing keto on and off for 7 years. I started in 2017. I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and it's hereditary. My dad has it. My brother, Quincy, has it. And when I went to the doctor, they wanted to put me on, looking at all these bags under my eyes. They wanted to put me on all of these types of medications, infusions and all these different things. And I asked my doctor, thank God I had a really good doctor, and I asked him, I said, what are my alternatives? What else can I do to control this? And Crohn's disease is inflammation of the intestines, and you have options to either do medication, you can have surgery and have it removed. There's certain things that you can't eat. So he began to tell me what I could and couldn't eat. He said, well, you need this, and you need to make sure your body has this, and these type of things, stop the inflammation. These things hurt you. And most of the things that he told me that I needed it applied to the keto diet. So I did some research. They call me the Google doctor at the doctor's office, because when I go in, they're always like, what did Google tell you was wrong with you today? So I'm always trying to find a healthy approach before I medicate myself. So when I went back to him, I told him, I said, well, you know what? I think that I'm going to try the keto diet to see if it will help my Crohn's. And he said, that's good, because most of the things that on the keto diet that you can eat will actually stop your inflammation. So I started the keto diet. And when I tell you that it was life-changing, I don't have to do keto all the time now, because actually the last colonoscopy that I had, my Crohn's, there was no signs of Crohn's, which is due to keto. The keto diet is where you eat mostly fat. You don't eat any refined carbs, no sugar. You pretty much eat veggies. You can eventually eat fruit, protein, and fats. So it's a mainly about 75 to 80% fat diet. And most people who have epilepsy, Alzheimer's, anything that's dis-ease is disease. Anything that causes inflammation in your body can be cured with keto. Some people say that they've cured their cancer with keto. I don't know of any, I don't have firsthand experience with that. I can only speak for myself. I am not a medical professional. Let me just say that. I'm just telling you my experience that I had with keto. With keto, it's all, I say in the beginning, it's all or nothing. You can't, Darnell said he's been vegan 4 years now. Yeah, I pretty much do vegan keto. Like, I can tell you today, I had no meat. Like with Crohn's, your body doesn't break down meat well. So I don't eat a ton of meat. So I figured out a way to do keto vegan. So I can explain that in another video, or I have a keto group. If you want to join that, we get more detailed in there. I don't want to bore you with it. I just want to give you the basics of it. But yeah, vegan, anything that God has created, He has created for a reason, to heal your body. And a lot of times there's a food that you can replace with a medication. And I'm not telling people to stop taking their medications or anything, but just do your research and find out, what you can take. So for example, there's healthy fats, there's vegetable oils. Vegetable oils are horrible for us. But there's good fats like coconut oil, MCT oil, real pure grass-fed butter, all those different types of things. There's avocados. So your keto diet, the makeup of the keto diet is basically about 65 to 80% fat, about 20% protein, and about 5 to 10% carbohydrates. And the carbohydrates that you eat, they come from plants. They come from berries, strawberries, blueberries, and all different type of leafy greens. You can have cauliflower, broccoli, and you get to the point to where you're not hungry anymore. And basically what it did for me is that it cured my Crohn's. So the one thing about the keto diet is it's all or nothing when you start. You can't eat keto one day and then, eat sugar the next, because you're going to confuse your body. Your body either burns two things. It either burns fat burns ketones, or it burns glucose. So it's all about your insulin levels. So keto keeps your insulin levels low, which allows your body to tap into its stored fat. Now, people have probably seen me eat. I eat, and they'll see me eat like a big steak and a big salad, but you haven't seen me eat any sugar. And that's because the keto diet makes your body so efficient. One, you're not hungry. Two, it reshapes your body. Like, it changes the shape of your face, and you start to lose fat, stubborn fat that you couldn't lose before. You have to get to a point, it takes about 30 days before your body is fat adapted. And what that means is, yes, I love Garrett's popcorn. So when I go off of keto, I tear up some Garrett's popcorn, because you can't have it when you're on keto, because it's full of sugar. It's full of sugar and fat, and that just doesn't go. So what it does is, for 30 days, you need to be strict keto. And this is where most people fall off the wagon, or they can't commit to it, because your body has to understand that you're no longer burning sugar. You're now burning ketones, and you're going to burn the fat in your body. So you can't go, this week you're going to eat keto. You can eventually, because this is what I do. I'll do keto, strict keto, and then I have what I call a feast day. That's a day where I can eat whatever I want, because it keeps my body confused. But for 30 days, your body does what it calls adaptation. It begins to adapt, to understand, okay, all right, something's going on here. We're no longer putting sugar in here for fuel. We're now putting in fat, and we're going to go into ketosis, and we're going to burn the fat that's on the body. You have what they call mental clarity. You can think clear. You come up with great ideas. That's probably why I've come up with so many ideas over the last 7 years, is because I've done keto. You don't have to work out with keto. It's recommended. I recommend that you work out anyway, but you don't have to work out with keto. I recommend that you have a keto coach, not necessarily me, but somebody that has done keto before that can guide you. There's a million people on the internet. There's a million videos. A couple of people that have done it for years. It's like Stephanie, keto person. I'll put her link there. There's Ben Azadi. He's excellent. There's Thomas DeLauer. There's Dr. Berg. There's Mindy Peltz Hall. She has her own group. They have done they've done all the research for you. There's things that are called dirty keto, where you can just eat all kinds of keto processed foods and stuff. I don't do dirty keto. The reason I don't do dirty keto is because I'm really trying to heal my body. I'm trying to make myself a better me. When I'm doing it, I'm all in. Every food that I love, I've created a keto recipe for it. But what you have to do is you have to commit. It's in the beginning, it is all or nothing. If you eat keto one day and you don't eat keto, your body is going to be so confused and you're going to just go on this roller coaster. What happens when you do keto, you lose a lot of the extra water in your body first. So the first couple of weeks, you shed a lot of water. And the reason is because when you eat carbs, your body needs water to break down the carbs. And when you don't put carbs in your body doesn't need that water. The minute that you shed the water, you begin to shed the fat. And you slim down really quick on keto. Yolanda asked about vitamins. I always recommend taking vitamins, but when you actually do right by keto, you don't need a lot of vitamins because you have all the vitamins in your greens. You have magnesium. You can take. I always recommend taking magnesium and potassium. Those are the two vitamins that you're going to need on keto, because you're going to be urinating a lot, and you're going to be urinating a lot of your trace minerals out. So you need potassium. You're going to need magnesium. Ola is on here. Ola's lost 39 pounds doing keto. We have a lot of people in the keto group that are successful. I have a good friend from Mississippi. She did keto. She's done amazing on it. It is I call it healing. When I make my smoothie, I make a smoothie. I pack my lunch every day. I think I told you guys this if you watched the video before. I either make what I call my healing smoothie, or I make my healing salad. Before I go on, let me just say this. My name is Tammy Moore. I'm Division President of Diamond Residential Mortgage. I'm owner of Tammy P. Moore and Associates. And on my lives, we're going to talk about everything pertaining to fitness, faith, fashion, finances, and food. I'm sorry, I forgot to say that. In every live, I like to feature a Black-owned business or boutique. And I have my little handbag that I bought from Brown House Designs from your Vanessa Stackhouse. It has a little wallet to go with it. The outfit that I had on earlier today, it went perfect. There's a dress that I just ordered from Ocean Boutique that is going to look amazing with this. So let me get that out of the way because I forgot. I got so excited about giving my testimony and talking about keto. So I don't want to forget to do what I'm supposed to do every week. So back to keto. If you have struggles with losing weight, if you are pre-diabetic or diabetic, keto will reverse diabetes. It will reverse it. You will not need insulin when you're done with it. Every day when I am in ketosis, I check my blood sugar. I check my blood sugar and just like a diabetic, and I check my ketones. I have a actual meter, a precision extra meter. When I'm doing it, I'm doing it. I'm all in. I've been working on Dr. Mindy Peltz Hall talks about being able to go in and out of ketosis once you're at your goal weight, so that when you do go out to dinner, when I do eat Garrett's, or, my family is Thanksgiving or Christmas, I don't bloat up. And because once you are doing keto and you start to add carbs back, you have to be careful how you add them back, because all that water comes back too. And you think that you're gaining a ton of weight. You're not. Your body is just putting that water back in. But to get started on keto, here's what I recommend. If you want to get started on it, I recommend watching as much on YouTube from quality videos, and I'll put some links in here and I'll put some references in there. But watch as many quality videos as you can so you understand it. And then you cannot be afraid of fat. Over the last 20 years, they have had us so deathly afraid of fat. And if you notice, if things are fat-free, they replace them with sugar. They have to replace them with something. Fat satiates you. It helps you not to be hungry. So when you're on the keto diet, sometimes you have to make yourself eat, because you get to a point to where your body is tapped into its own fat stores. You're burning your own fat for fuel. And this is how our ancestors lived. If you think about it, when the cavemen, or when they went hunting, they didn't eat all the time. It was feast or famine. And that's exactly what keto is. So they would catch an animal, they would eat it, they would fill up, they ate meat and vegetables and whatever grew from the earth. And then when they didn't have anything to eat, it's just like in the wild, their body used their fat for fuel. They went into ketosis. So there's all different levels of ketosis. There's fasting, intermittent fasting that you can do. I recommend when you first start keto, if you really want to do it and you're really serious about it, eat regular for 30 days, because you don't want your body to be in shock. You don't want to do too much at once. Eat regular for 30 days, meaning the 65 to 80% fat, 20% protein, and 5 to 10% carbs. I also recommend that you get, I use Carb Manager. I download it on my phone and I track what I eat. You'll be amazed how much stuff has protein in it. You'll be amazed what has hidden sugars. You're going to have to read labels. You're going to have to become your own food scientist. It is not for the weak. It's not for the weary. And the reason I said, does keto work? Absolutely. Does it work for you? I don't know. It's going to be up to the commitment, if you're up to the commitment. A lot of people start and they're like, you know what, this is for the birds. I can't do it. But I always look at it as anything worth having is worth working for. Would I have been heavily medicated? Probably had about over a foot of my intestines removed now if I hadn't done keto? Absolutely. I would have been on infusions. I would have been had surgeries. So I chose to do the research and do the work. Now I'm at a point now to where, I know keto inside and out. You get to that point, I can go in, I can come out. If I'm getting ready to go on vacation, I know how to add in fruit, so that my body doesn't go into shock when I start to add back carbs. It's called living. And I look at it as you're going to either pay the grocery store and get healthy foods, or you're going to pay the doctor. So you have to decide what's important to you. It's no different than when you get ready to start a fitness program and, you set out that you want to do all these things. It just takes commitment. I think one of my commitment and consistency, one of my words for 2020 was consistency. So to get started on keto, you have to first understand what you love, the foods that you like. For example, I can tell you what I eat I love grits, eggs, and bacon. So in the mornings, on the weekends, if my family is having grits, eggs, and bacon, I will have cauliflower rice, eggs, and bacon. If they're having macaroni and cheese, I'll have cauliflower mac and cheese. I've gotten to the point now to where I don't feel like I'm missing out. And that's where you want to get to the point. If you just give it 30 days, it takes 21 days to change a habit. If you just give it 30 days, your body will transform so much, you won't want to go backwards. Let's see. Dana said it worked for me. She lost 45 pounds. It works. Anybody that's done it can chime in. It works. And what you have to do, Ola, you love sweets. You have to get to the point to where you learn how to bake keto. I make thebomb.com keto cinnamon rolls. They are delicious. I love Cinnabon. Me and my sister love Cinnabon. When we go to the mall, we're always getting Cinnabon. I make my own cinnamon rolls. You have to get, there's stevia. There's all different types of things that you can do to start. But to start, keep it simple. Keep it simple. To start, you need to figure out what you like. Meat, veggies, and fat. That's it. You want to make sure that if you're eating, let's say you make breakfast and you have a scrambled egg and bacon, you want to make sure that you can make an omelet with that and put spinach inside of it and cheese. I don't recommend you can have nuts. I don't recommend doing nuts for the first 30 days because some people are allergic to nuts. Yeah, keto chocolate chip cookies, Dana, I make those too. You can make you can make keto Reese's Pieces. You can make keto cheesecake. I make keto cheesecake. I've even made a keto pound cake once. You can make keto mug cakes. There's so many things you can do, and Google is your best friend. Google and YouTube. The reason is when I was doing this in 2012, when I started, all of this stuff wasn't out. I was buying books. I was going to Barnes and Noble, going to the library, ordering things, researching it, and now it's right at your fingertips. So it's not as hard now. It's just a commitment. It's a mind shift. Because we've been taught for so long that fat is our enemy, and fat is not your enemy. Fat is your friend. Good fats, I should say. I never ate avocados, and I actually hired a keto coach. I actually hired Stephanie Keto Persons to be my keto coach when I started. And when she told me to do avocados, I'm like, I don't eat avocados. She goes, everybody says that. I love avocados now. I put a half an avocado in my smoothie. An avocado is the perfect fat. It's got enough protein and enough fat in there. And I can just tell you some of the things that I put in my smoothies. I put arugula, dandelion leaves, parsley, cilantro. Love cilantro. My friend Helen has me hooked on cilantro now. Hemp seeds, chia seeds. So I get my fiber. I put just a small amount of blueberries. I make sure I put some potassium supplements in. I put a lot of stuff in there, but my smoothies are delicious. And when I look at them, I call them my healing smoothies. So there's a lot of different ways that you can go keto. You can go keto and eat out. If you go to all of the restaurants, they have what they call now unwich. Jimmy John's has a unwich that's wrapped in lettuce. If you go to, I go to Cheesecake Factory all the time. I get my burgers wrapped in lettuce. Most of them will do lettuce wraps. You can have buffalo wings from Buffalo Wild Wings. They're fried in beef tallow. You can have all different types of things. A couple of recipes, yes. I can provide a couple of recipes, Michelle. But you have to, I have a whole little PowerPoint that I'll post. I'll put it on my page, and it takes you step by step through keto. It gives you about 40 different things that you can order from restaurants that you can eat if you're going out. Like, for example, whenever I go to Chili's, one of my friends loves to go to Chili's. I always get the ribeye with the steamed broccoli and avocado slices. That is the perfect keto meal. But you want to make sure in each one of your meals you have a good fat. Good fats are coconut oil, MCT, organic butter, which I always use Kerrygold. Those are what we call good fats. Avocados are good fats. Hemp seeds are good fats. Chia seeds are good fats, and those have a little bit of protein in them. But yeah, Jimmy John's is delicious. I get those unwiches. I'll get the hot peppers on there. And my skin, don't look at my skin today because I've had a rough day today, but your whole, everything changes. Your hair starts to grow, your nails change, your face structure changes, and that's because you're eating whole foods. The veggies are healthy, the fat is healthy, and your body needs fat in order to glow. When you if you've ever done a low-fat diet, you start to look dry and pale, and that's because you're not giving your body enough fat. And anything that says it's sugar-free, that's number one that you want to stay away from. Fat-free and sugar-free, you want to stay away from on the keto diet because they've taken the fat out and replaced it with sugar. So I should say fat-free. Stevia is your friend. Stevia is a natural sweetener. There's all different types of things. Let's see, Kerrygold. No, Kerrygold doesn't matter if it's salted or unsalted. It depends on you. But on the keto diet, you need salt because you're going to be going to the bathroom a lot. And that's because your body's going to shed all that extra water weight. And a lot of people are just bloated. You're not necessarily overweight. You're just bloated. And when you start to let go of the carbs, that's why your body starts to reshape, because all of the bloating starts to go away. One of the things that I love, I make it in the morning time. That's normally my first meal is a bulletproof coffee. It's an easy way to get your fat in there. I always take a collagen supplement. You always want to take a collagen supplement on keto, because the collagen supplement is going to help keep your hair and your nails growing, and it's going to give you, it's a good pure protein. But my bulletproof coffee consists of, I put a tablespoon of cacao, not chocolate, cacao. You've probably seen it in the baking aisle over by all the healthy smoothie foods. It's a chocolate without the sugar. And I'll put a cup of coffee, Kerrygold butter, MCT oil, a couple of drops of stevia, and some cinnamon, and I put it in a blender and blend it up. It is absolutely delicious. I would put it up against any Starbucks drink any day. I normally start my day off with that, and then for my lunch I'll have a smoothie, and then for dinner I'll have like maybe some baked chicken, a veggie, and some type of fat. 5 days out of the week I don't eat meat. So I'll have my salad. I take that back. I'll have an egg, but I don't eat any other heavy meat. I'll do eggs and collagen, some type of collagen supplement. But there's so many levels to keto. The first level is to get fat adapted. So once you get fat adapted, it takes about 30 days, and you'll know when you're fat adapted because you won't be hungry. Your body, you'll be in ultimate fat burning mode. You'll be able to think clearly. Your skin will change. You'll know that you're fat adapted. Once you're fat adapted, I always recommend then you introduce intermittent fasting. That's where you go for a long period of time without eating. So you may go 12 hours or 16 hours without eating, and then you start your meals. And then once you get fat adapted and then you start doing intermittent fasting, then you can start having what you call feast days. That's where I am with feast days, is that I'll take 1 day a week. That, sometimes, some weeks I do, some days I don't. Like, this is the holidays. We have all kinds of holiday parties and stuff. So Thursday I have a holiday party. I probably won't do keto then. I don't know. It depends on what they serve. But it helps you not to feel so restricted. But you have to get your body to a point to where you're healthy. So if you're dealing with diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, you have somebody that has onset of Alzheimer's, Crohn's, colitis, all of those things that are all based on inflammation. Every disease that you have starts in the gut. Once you heal your gut, everything else falls into place. You begin to get to a point to where your food is thy medicine. Your food becomes your medicine. So any questions on that? I'm gonna put, Michelle, that's good. I'm gonna post the slideshow, and I know people will have questions about it. I'm a little anal about things, so sometimes I get too detailed. So I didn't want to put it up there because I don't want to overwhelm you. Let me just say this. It is going to be a challenge. It does take some work. It does take some research, but it is completely worth it. Does keto work? Absolutely. Will it work for you? That's up to you if it's going to work for you. You have to put in the work and do the research. This is a diet where you don't necessarily have to work out. Your body will reshape itself. I always recommend working out on any diet, but don't overdo it. You don't have to overdo it. Don't be obsessive compulsive about it. But you get to a point to where you start to know, once you start tracking your macros, and they're called macros. The macros are the percentage of what you need to eat to lose weight. Once you start tracking them and you start to get used to what you're eating, and you get in a system and a rhythm, you don't have to, it's not so cumbersome anymore. Like, I get up in the morning, I have my grocery list, I know what I need. The one thing that I do for my smoothies is that I get a plastic bag and I put all of my veggies in my smoothie, everything that I need, and I put it in the freezer. I do this every week. So in the mornings when I get up, when I come from the gym, I take out my bag, I dump it into my blender, put my hemp seeds and chia seeds in there, and blend it and go. The easier that you can make it for yourself, the better it will be. But I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The first 30 days are the hardest because you are retraining your brain that it's going to be burning ketones in your body's own fat instead of sugar. And you can be 3 weeks into it. I've done it myself. You can be 3 weeks into keto and have a big old slice of cake, and you're gonna be starting all over. It takes you about 3 days from when you start to get your body into ketosis. So 3 days is your body is like this. It's like, okay, what are we doing now? Are we eating sugar, or are we just gonna burn fat? Are we burning fat, or are we burning sugar? So it takes about 3 days. So those first 3 days, don't expect to have this big old weight loss or anything, because you're retraining your body, you're retraining your brain. After the first 3 days, your body's like, okay, I get it. Now we're switching over. We're doing something different. So now you're starting to burn the ketones, and now you're starting to burn your own fat. After about 30 days, your body's confused. Your body's still like, are we burning fat? Are we burning sugar? You have what they call the whoosh effect. People start saying, oh, I didn't lose any weight. I didn't lose any weight in my 4th week, or my 3rd week was a struggle. That's because your body now is catching on. And your body then lets go of all of that water that it was holding on, just in case you ate carbs. And then boom, you're downhill from there. That's when you start to know that you're getting fat adapted. I'm telling you that it works. I'm available to answer your questions. I've been doing it for 7 years now. And I will tell you this. Years ago, I didn't even know that I was doing it. I was having problems getting pregnant. And my doctor told me to stop eating a lot of sugar. And I got pregnant. And that was the keto. If you're having problems with polycystic ovarian, if you're having endometriosis, you're having problems getting pregnant, what it does is it stabilizes your hormones. It gets you to a point to where your body's not going like this. Because what happens every time you eat sugar, your insulin goes up, everything fat burning ceases. You can be in the gym every day. If you're eating a ton of sugar, you're going to have a hard time losing weight. So you start to level out your hormones. All of those female hormones that we have, you start to level them out. Your periods are not as uncomfortable. You're not bleeding as much. You don't have as many cramps and pains as endometriosis. You're not as moody. Your husbands or significant others might thank you for that. Your hormones start to level out, and all that's being controlled by insulin. If you're having thyroid issues, all of those things start to go away, because what you're doing now is you're healing yourself, and your body has to heal first. You don't lose weight to heal, you heal to lose weight. So that's why those first 30 days are so important, because you're starting to heal your body, and then your body starts to get it. It starts to fall in line with what you're trying to do. So that's, you have to, before you commit to it. Hey, Pam. And Dana was saying, yeah, your period, you can lose your period on there. And the goal is to not restrict. Do not cut your calories, because you don't want to be doing too many things at once. Eat. This is the one time that it is okay to eat, not overeat, but you want to eat so that you have enough food and you don't want to starve yourself, because if you're doing keto effectively, your body is a fat burning machine. So you can eat regularly and your body will burn the fat that you're eating and the fat that's on your body. But give yourself 30 days. You have to commit to 30 days of keto before you can make a decision if it's for you or not. It is a commitment. And if you have significant others that want to do it with you, it's better to do it as a team so that you're not cooking, because sometimes my husband does it with me. He did it with me and lost 10 pounds. I was so disgusted. But, I'll cook a whole meal for them and then cook a whole meal for me. And I've gotten to the point now to where I'm used to it. But starting out, it's hard. I'm just going to tell you now, it's hard starting out, but it is so worth the effort, because all of these medications that we're taking and we're putting in our bodies can be prevented by just eating right. And then I've had people tell me, I can't afford to eat healthy. You can't afford not to, because you're going to spend the money somewhere. And I mean, everybody has organic everything. And once you get in the habit of doing it, once you get in the habit of making your food, you get to you get a different taste for things. Like I made grilled asparagus the other day, and I love asparagus anyway, but it's just like little simple things like that. We're missing out on so much. And I think about, our ancestors. I think about my grandma. She's 95 years old, and she's so healthy. All they did was eat, and they ate a lot of fat. I mean, they ate sugar too, but most of their diets, if you think about it, were the leftovers from what everybody else didn't want. They had greens and ham hocks. That's perfectly fine to eat on keto. Greens, ham hocks, even chitlins. Their organ meats are excellent on keto. Liver, all those types of things that are good for you are excellent on keto. Eggs, boiled eggs, tuna, salmon, catfish, grilled, not fried, but stay away from vegetable oils. Can you give a few recipes? Yes. I'm going to post my presentation when I'm done. And from there, if you guys can put your comments under there, I'll go in there and answer them. In the PowerPoint, the presentation, it will have all different things that you can eat when you're eating out and recipes that you can make at home. But there's a million recipes on Google too that you can Google. Like say, for example, if you just have something you love, Google it and see if there's a keto recipe for it. You'll be surprised. Like I make a lot of baked chicken. You can do sauteed spinach. Like I mentioned, greens. You can do kale. You can do salads. I'll post pictures of my salads. There's this Puerto Rican rice that I love. I use cauliflower rice instead. There's cauliflower mashed potatoes. There's all kinds of things out there that are keto. If you go into the freezer section, you'll see all types of meals. Read the ingredients though. Anything that has wheat in it, maltodextrin, all those extra things, eat whole foods. If you see something with 4 or 5 ingredients, it's good. Nuts, I love pistachios. I don't eat a lot of peanuts because they are high in carbs, but the nuts that are good for you are macadamia nuts. Pistachios are a little high in carbs, but they have a lot of good vitamins in it. Pecans, walnuts, and did I say macadamia nuts? Yes, macadamia nuts. Pecans, walnuts, those are all good nuts for you. There's a million things that you can do. There's heavy cream that you can put in your coffee instead of the creamers that are filled with sugar. There's stevia. There's all different kinds of sweeteners that you can use. And actually, most restaurants can make it keto for you if you ask them to. So we all love the Popeyes chicken sandwich, but get the grilled sandwich with no meat. Even Kentucky Fried Chicken has grilled chicken now. You go into Jewel Foods when you go to the deli, they have a grilled chicken there with a salad. There's all different types of salad dressing. You can have ranch dressing, blue cheese, any ranch dressing that does not have any sugar. Read the label. The labels will become your best friend. And actually, if you download the app that's called Carb Manager, it will tell you the keto grade. That's why I love Carb Manager. So if there's anything that you want to eat, any restaurant that you want to go to, you just plug it in, you search it, and it'll tell you the keto grade. If it's an A, green, good. If it's an F, you know to stay away from it. Let those tools become your best friend for the first 30 days. But give it 30 days to a healthier you, and you will not look back, I promise you. Because once you get fat adapted, you get to the point to where you're not hungry, and you get to a point to where you enjoy your food, and you're not spending so much time thinking about what you're going to eat next. All you have to do is, you just eat and go. And then you work your way into the intermittent fasting. So what I'll do, my trainer said that he's going to help me with a fitness challenge for the year. For those of you that really want to try keto, coconut oil in your coffee, yes. In my coffee in the morning, Brian, I use a coffee. I use a tablespoon of cacao, 1 tablespoon of butter, and 1 tablespoon of MCT oil. MCT oil is the better coconut oil, and it's flavorless. So it doesn't really have that coconut flavor to it. If you like the coconut flavor, yes, I would pick keto over Weight Watchers. Because what happens with Weight Watchers is, and actually I think Weight Watchers now has a low carb selection. You can still do Weight Watchers and do keto. It's just a matter of what you pick. The only issue that I have with Weight Watchers is you have to do what's best for you, Tanisha. But what happens is you're still eating, like they say McDonald's, you can have McDonald's and chicken nuggets. Those things are just not healthy for you anyway. So you don't really learn how to eat healthy. Like, I know how to eat healthy. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love food. I'm a foodie. I love food. I love to cook and I love to eat. But I know that that's not what's best for my body. That's not something that I can do every day and have my Crohn's in remission. My Crohn's is going to come back if I eat those things. If I have flour, sugar-laden food, like today, for example, I tried, there's a high-protein, low-sugar oatmeal from Quaker Oats. I had that, and I had high-protein bread with butter, and I had some sugar-free strawberry jelly that's high fiber. Didn't affect me at all. I know immediately when I'm going to have a Crohn's flare, everything swells from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet. So I know what affects me. So I've gotten my body to a point to I can eat different things in moderation. Now, if I just dog those things out and had a white bun or, a hot dog, a hamburger or a hot dog every day, I would be sick. I would be sick and bloated. And if I can find I'm going to post a picture of a carb face versus a keto face. Your face, because there's water everywhere. Like here, like today, I have water. I have probably a little bloating under my eyes because I was tired today. I got up and I went to the gym. Your body holds on to water. So when you start to do keto, all that water that it needs, your body needs water to process carbs. When you don't have carbs, you become a slimmer you. Yes, Aldi has organic everything. They have organic lettuce. I've gotten to a point to where I use foods that help oxidative stress. So I eat arugula in my salad. I never ate arugula before. I eat arugula on a daily basis for the last 3 years. I have arugula. I have dandelion leaves. I drink dandelion tea. I put cilantro in my smoothie. All those things are chock full of vitamins. So for the vitamins, here's what I take every day on keto. I have Dr. Berg's potassium supplement. I do take that. I have a magnesium that I take before I go to bed. I take zinc. I take vitamin D. You always need a vitamin D because we don't have enough sun. And that's it. Now, before keto, I used to take a multivitamin, vitamin D, all these iron pills, all these different things, but I'm getting the iron. I'll cook my meat in an iron skillet. So I'm getting all of my nutrients through my vitamins, and my vitamins through my food. Food is thy medicine. And when I go to get my checkups, my doctor is like, wow, your levels are so good. And I can always tell whenever I'm doing vegan keto, I get borderline anemic. So I need meat. But my body, my intestines doesn't break down meat. So I do powdered bone broth. I'll do a vegan pea protein. I'll do all those types of proteins to make sure that I have my iron. I'll cook my bacon in an iron skillet to make sure that I get iron. So there's a lot of things that you can do, but you have to try it. It's worth a try. All you can do is try it. And if you hate it and you don't like it, you don't like it. It is not for everybody, and it's not for the faint of heart. People will criticize what you eat. When you ask questions in the restaurant, like I'm in the restaurant asking you, do you saute this with vegetable oil? Oh, can you put mine in butter? Is that important to me? Vegetable oils are inflammatory. They keep you inflamed. You will know when you get your body to a state, let me see what time. When you get your body to a state to where it's totally healthy, you will know when you eat something bad. You can have buffalo wings. You can have, and you can make your own. You can fry them in coconut oil, bake them in the oven. An air fryer is amazing for keto. Do your wings in the air fryer. Take you some hot sauce and butter and dip them in there. Those are perfectly fine. There's Marie's blue cheese that I love. It has no carbs in it. It's in the vegetable aisle. It's not on the shelf. It's in the vegetable aisle. There's, what's the name of the kitchen? I have to think. Primal Kitchen. I use their ranch. I use all of their salad dressings. I use their mayo because they make their mayo with avocado oil instead of vegetable oil. I have tuna and vegetable water with eggs. There's a lot of things that you can have. You can have salmon. We grill our catfish. We make these big vegetable melodies with all different types of vegetables. And our plates are just beautiful, full of all different colors and arrays and peppers and all those different things. And think about it. Just like you water and nurture a plant, water and nurture your body. You need to drink plenty of water on keto, because what you're going to be doing is keep flushing out all of the toxins. Our fat cells hold toxins. So as you start to burn off those fat cells, you need to release your toxins in a few ways. Your sweat, that's why it's good to work out. And you don't have to do a ton of working out, but your sweat and when you urinate, though, all of those toxins are going to start to leave your body, and you're going to overall feel better. The first couple of weeks is torture, because you're going to be going through what they call like the keto flu. And all that is your body is just confused. Your body is like, hey, we love sugar over here. What's going on now? So now your body is starting to burn fat. So once you get past the 30 days, you're gravy. Trust me on this. Once you get past the 30 days and your body knows what you're doing, it understands now, okay, we're not going down the carb road anymore. We're burning fat and we're in ketosis. Then you start to look totally different. Take a picture of yourself. People will notice before you do. Take a picture of yourself and then look at the picture later. I remember I went to a closing and one of my realtors asked me, she says, "You okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm good." She goes, you look so thin." And I was only 3 pounds different. When I looked at my pictures, I looked like I had lost 10 pounds at least. My clothes were different. My clothes looked baggy. And I was like, wow, it reshapes your body. It completely reshapes your body. And you begin to look slimmer, sleeker, younger. You age backwards, because think about it. You're giving your body everything it was designed to have. We were not designed to have all of these manufactured breads, all of these things that are made in a plant. Our body was not manufactured to. God did not design us to have those. He gave us everything that we need, everything that grows in the earth. When you're on keto, you'll notice you don't really go down those aisles as much. You do for a few things, for your nuts and all those and your oils, but you're shopping on the perimeter of the store. And if you think about it, that's what every diet, the basis of every diet tells you, to shop on the outside of the store. And you get to the point to where you need it. When you the first 30 days, don't worry about organic or grass-fed or any of that, because like I said, there's levels to this. You want to get to a point to where you have like grass-fed beef. You want it to be as healthy as possible. Don't worry about that. Get in the mindset, you're going to give yourself 30 days. The time will pass you by anyway. If you're going to be starting our healthy challenge with us at the beginning of the year, start it then. I mean, get through the holidays and start it over. I'm excited for New Year's because I can have, my chitlins without guilt. I can put my hot sauce on them and I can have them because it's an organ meat, and organ meat is good for you. We've been made to think that it's bad, but think about it. Liver, all of those things are chock full of iron. We don't eat those often because as kids, we were taught that they were gross. They're not. They're very healthy for you. So there's like I said, Stephanie Keto Person. I'll put the links to them. Thomas DeLauer, Dr. Eric Berg, Dr. Mindy Peltz Hall, and Ben Azadi. They are excellent with the keto diet. They're experts in it. I've watched them. I've coached a few people on keto to tell them how to do it. I've been coached. I've done it for 7 years, in and out. And like I said, I am walking living proof that it healed my Crohn's. I went and got my colonoscopy. There was no sign of Crohn's. And I struggled with Crohn's for years. I had to swallow a camera so they could go in and see where it was. Endoscopy, colonoscopies, all those different things. They wanted to put me on infusions. They gave me all these medications and steroids. They wanted me to go on, take steroids. And I told them, I go, you know what? Tell me what I need to eat. And thank God my doctor wasn't a doctor that pushed medication. He did. And I listened. And it was life-changing for me. For a day or two, I smell like honey or something sweet. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Brian, for bringing that up. You smell different. You smell fruity on keto. That's because your body's releasing the toxins. And it has to come through it comes through your pores. It comes through your sweat. It comes through your urine. The first couple of weeks, you're going to have keto breath because your body, it's going to come through your breath. That's why you have to give it a month. The first month is going to be hard. Levita, oh, I didn't know you were on keto, Levita. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Dr. Berg is awesome. You have to give it a month. You're going to go through all kinds of changes. Once you give it a month, you the smell will go away. You won't be, you won't smell through your sweat. And it's not like a funky sweat or anything. You smell sweet. That's just your body transforming. Your body is getting rid of all of that extra glucose that it held onto. Your liver becomes more efficient. You start to detox your liver. You start to clean it out. Your liver functions more properly, because when you start to pound all that sugar in your liver, your liver is not designed. Your liver is only designed to hold 2 tablespoons of sugar at once. Now, if you sit back and think about how many tablespoons of sugar is in a pop, you've already overloaded your liver right there. So those are different types of things. There's this delicious pop that we all drink here. It's called Zevia. It's made with stevia. They sell it at Jewel. I think they sell it at Woodman's. I don't know. For those of you that are not in Illinois, it's called Zevia. I've even ordered it online with Amazon. It's delicious. They have it in Coke flavor, grape, cream soda, pops. Most of the Diet Cokes, Diet 7-Ups, they're sweetened with aspartame. Those are not good for you. You want to stick to stevia, monk fruit, and you'll find that when you do your research. I recommend you do your own research for yourself. Study to show yourself approved. Don't take all of my word for it. Don't take all of their word. Get different perspectives and different approaches so that you know the right road to take. Test out your fat levels. Sometimes you can eat too much fat. Sometimes you can eat too much fat. If you start to level off, plateau, maybe you need to lower your fat a little bit. Maybe you need to increase your workout a little more. Maybe your body is getting to a point to where you need to shake it up a little bit. For women, when you get to that point, you have to have carbs. You may have to throw your body off and have a feast day one day and then go back into it. Dr. Mindy Peltz talks about that all the time, having feast days to throw your body off. And when I say a feast day, I'm not talking about, just going off the rampage, off the rails. I mean, add you some good old fruit in there, baked sweet potato, still good stuff in there, but eat a lot so that your body is shaken up. Let's see. I keep hearing stevia. Can I use coconut sugar instead? I have never used coconut sugar. I'll have to look and see if it has sugar in it. Bread, diet, pop, and I join Weight Watchers. Latrice, you right across the street from me, girl. I got you. I got you on the keto diet. Remember, we talked about this before. You can do it. You get to a point. Listen, I've made keto bread. I've made keto, the Red Lobster biscuits. I love them. I've made those keto. I've made the keto cheddar bay biscuits. I've made everything keto. Trust me when I tell you, you can Google it. There's a lot of different breads out there that you can make with whey protein. You'll be surprised how much you use eggs and cheese. Eggs and cheese, that's the most of the ingredients in the cinnamon rolls. They form to make a dough. Coconut flour, I use coconut flour. I can't do a lot of almond flour. For some reason, my intestines doesn't like almonds. I don't eat almonds either. So I use a lot of coconut flour. I make the bomb coconut pancakes. Then there's keto syrup on Amazon. There's all types of things that you can substitute. If you program your mind to think that you're missing out, you'll feel like you're missing out. You're not missing out on anything. When you get to a point, give it 30 days before you start adding all that stuff in there, before you start making the keto pancakes. Hi, I'm Fanny. I see you joined. Before you start adding all those things in there, just do the basics for now. Do you use a meal replacement shake on the go? Which one do you like? I don't use any meal replacement shakes at all. The only shakes that I make are my smoothies. Most of them I don't like the ingredients in them. Levita, I haven't. I do have a keto page. I'll invite you to it. If you want to be invited to the keto page, I think you need to be my friend to do that. But if you want to be invited to our keto page, I will send me a message. I'll invite you to the keto page. That's where I have a lot of the recipes. I post pictures of my food on there so that you can see it. I don't post it on my regular page because I don't want them to be like, oh Lord, here she goes again with that food. But I'm going to tell you, I enjoy it. Like, I have an event on Saturday. I have an event on Thursday. I have an event on Saturday that I'm going to eat. I'm just going to be honest. I've gotten to the point that I can do that. You have to get to that point. But come Monday, I'm going to already have all my smoothies. I'll be back on it. And it takes me less than 24 hours to get back into ketosis because I'm fat adapted. I'll fast, and then I'll go back to my keto eating, and I'll take my little blood meter, and I'll be back in ketosis because my body is a fat burning body. I have programmed it that way. So when I eat carbs, my body knows that that's not the norm. Carbs and sugar, like, okay, this is just temporary. But the minute that I get back on it, I'm back into ketosis. You know what? I'm gonna send you a shake recipe. You can make your own. You can make your own shake recipe. You can use cacao. You can use some whey isolate protein. You can even use bone broth and get you some sweeteners in there. Lavita, you can make your own shake. You'll be surprised. For everything that's out there, if you look at the ingredients on it, this is what I normally do. I'll look at the ingredients that are on there, and then I'll go, okay, what's the healthy version of that? And I'll make it. That's why everything that I make, I'm like, okay, Lord, this is my healing smoothie. This is my healing salad. Because my salads, I'll post pictures of my salads they're so good. I make my own salad dressings. I use nutritional yeast, apple cider vinegar, olive oil, and I'll get the Primal Kitchen ranch and mix it up. I make my own salad dressing. Everything that I do is intentional to make sure that I get all of the nutrients that I need for the day. I make sure that I have enough vitamin C, make sure that I have enough vitamin D, make sure that I have my B vitamins. Coconut water has too much sugar in it, Tanisha. No, I do not recommend that. Don't put that in your smoothies. Just put water in there. Almond milk, cashew milk, those are all good substitutes for coconut water. It has too much sugar. Even though it's natural coconut water, it's still too much sugar. It's going to kick you out of ketosis. In my smoothie, my base for my smoothie is water, and my smoothies are delicious. Now you might think, I should say that maybe I'm biased. That's just me. My smoothies are delicious. And when I look at them, when I'm drinking them, I'm just thinking about all the nutrients that are going in my body because I already know that I put enough nutrients. I'm big on the collagen. Collagen I've taken for about maybe 3 years. I've taken collagen. My nails are like, when Candy is doing my nails, she's like, girl, these nails are like toenails. My nails are so strong. Yeah, keto actually is the new Atkins, Brian. And the only difference in keto and Atkins, I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you're on here. Atkins is more protein based. Keto is all about the fat. Because you can eat too much protein. Protein will turn into sugar if you put too much protein in your body. Believe it or not, you don't need as much protein as they say you need. But yes, it can turn into sugar if you overeat on protein. Yeah, you can have almond milk. Just drink water. I mean, just think about everything. Just think about a plant. Just think of your body as a plant. If you want your hair to grow. I mean, one day I'm going to show y'all. I let my hair out and my 5-finger forehead out today. I'm going to show y'all how long my hair is. If you want your hair to grow, you got to water it. Your body's just like a plant. You got to feed it and water it. It's just like a child. I mean, the same thing you do for your children every day, do for yourself. Water your body. Give it healthy things, and be good to it, and it'll be good to you. On the days, there were days when I first got diagnosed with Crohn's, I was just not in a good space. In my mind, I thought, why is this happening to me? I eat healthy, I work out, but it's like, it's hereditary. Why not me? But my husband always tells me Crohn's he's like, God is going to use that to your glory for as a ministry. And he really has used it as a ministry for me, because there's things I would have never have discovered, had I not have been diagnosed with Crohn's. And my doctor is amazed. He's just like, oh my God, you are my poster child for Crohn's, because, I took the ball and ran with it. I'm like, look, when they start prescribing all those medicines, and if you're ever watching a commercial that is giving you a drug, listen to the side effects. I'm like, just the side effects alone, I'm going to have 1,900 other problems trying to cure my Crohn's. It's like, tell me something else I need to do. So Thank you, Lavita. My hair. Thanks to you too. But yeah, there's a lot of ways that you can do it. If you're depressed, a lot of us put a lot of value. I know I do. Put a lot of value on how you look and your weight and all that stuff. And if you're depressed, this is going to help you with all that, because you're gonna start to see the fruits of your labor. But you have to give it 30 days. That is why most people never. Michelle, your son has Crohn's too. He's had the surgeries and stuff. It's just you go through something. You need a minute to process it, because it's just like, your body is working against you. Is really what's happening. Your body's working against you, and it's like, no matter what you do, when you have a flare up, sometimes nothing works, no matter what you do. But when you start to feel good about yourself and start to take control of your body, because only you can control what you put in your mouth. And sometimes I have to preach to myself, because I'm an emotional eater. So it's like I have to take a step back and say, what's going on? If I'm spending money I'm not supposed to spend, or eating stuff I'm not supposed to eat, I know something is going on. I'm either busy, but but a lot of times, you just don't want to put in the work. It is so easy for us to eat bad. It's so much easier to eat bad than to eat good. That's why there's a fast food restaurant on every corner. That's why grocery stores take pride in all the frozen stuff, because we get so busy with life, we don't take time to take care of ourselves. But you know what? You're either gonna pay it in healthy food, or pay the doctor eventually. And it's not saying that everything's gonna go right, but at least you're giving yourself a good foundation. And it's not saying that you're not gonna go on vacation and eat whatever you want to eat. You're not gonna have that party, because I'm telling you, it's a lot going on this week. I'm going to a company party on Thursday. I have a party on Saturday. I have another party next Thursday. And some days it's not worth it for me. I'm like, I'll just find something else to eat, or I'll eat before I go. And some days I'm like, I'll program my mind. Okay, I'll probably fall off the wagon today, and I'll get right back on. We fall down, but we get up. And you have to stop taking yourself so serious and beating yourself up. Give yourself 30 days to change the rest of your life, because once you start going, it's going to be hard for you to start going backwards. And then you block everybody out of your mind, because keto's not for everybody. So you start to get people, saying, oh, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. Go get your levels checked. Go to the doctor. Get your blood levels checked before you start. Get it checked after 3 months and 6 months. And yes, your cholesterol is going to be higher, because you're giving yourself good fats. My doctor, I have two amazing doctors. My doctor knows all about keto. And even when I went in, even with my hormones, going through menopause, he's like, it's all about the insulin. It's all about your hormones. So, you don't want to start getting on hormone replacement therapy. You can control it with your diet. So if you had a doctor in your corner rooting for you that's not trying to over-medicate you, that's a blessing. I mean, I just happen to have two amazing gastroenterologists and amazing primary care physician that wants to help me heal the right way. Do you have a basic guide for Yes, I do. I have a guide for a busy person. That's why I list a lot of places that you can grab something to eat out, but you need to know that in advance. When I first posted it in the group, I had somebody text me like, what did you say we can get at some store again? And I sent them what they could buy at the store. But yeah, if you're a busy person, there's a lot of options. There's at least 20 options or more that I'm going to post that you can, when you're eating out. Dressings on the go. Primal Health. They're probably at every grocery store and definitely on Amazon. Primal Kitchen has the best salad dressings, because they make them with avocado oil and no sugar. You want to have some stevia. Great value at Walmart has stevia. That's really really cheap. It's the liquid stevia. I always use liquid stevia. You can get powdered stevia for any substitute in any recipe that calls for sugar. And I'll put it on there. And then just quick. Jimmy Dean's has a really good ham and cheese omelet that's only, I think, 3 carbs that you could pop in the microwave. That's something quick that you can eat in the morning. But, you just get to a point to where when you first start out, try to eat the same thing. Like, even if you go off and eat something different on the weekends, try to eat basically have 3 or 4 things you can eat for breakfast, 3 or 4 things you can eat for lunch, 3 or 4 things you can eat for dinner so that you don't have to think about it. And then that way it'll be easier for you. But give yourself 30 days. Trust me when I tell you, all you need is 30 days, and then you'll start to see a change, and then you won't want to go back. But what happens is you start to lose all the water weight, because the first couple of weeks, you're going to lose a ton of water weight. And then the third week, your body's going to slow down because it's going to start to get what you're doing. And then the first thing people do is, I didn't lose any weight, I'm quitting. No, your body is leveling out. And then all of a sudden, whoosh, it's called the whoosh effect. Google it. Your body lets go of all that water that it was just holding on, just in case you decided to drop a carb in your body. It holds on to that water. So that's my spiel on the keto diet. Food really is your medicine, and the time is going to pass you by anyway. And all you can do is try it. At least you can say you tried. And then after the 30 days, then go another 30 days. And it's the quickest way to burn fat, and it's fat. That's the key. It's not muscle, it's fat. The first couple of weeks you lose water, and then after that, once you're a fat burning machine, you are burning fat. You are not burning muscle, and that is why your body reshapes so well. So, does anybody have any questions before I go? Hey, Sharice. So I'll post my little introduction to keto. I'll post the links to all of the keto coaches that I recommend. And you can inbox me if you have any questions. And also, if you want to join our keto group, send me a message and I'll invite you into the keto group. There's a lot of good information in there that you can, read and follow up on and see. Remember, it's about 65 to 80% fat, 15 to 20% protein, and about 5 to 10% carbs. And Beatrice, try it. Let me know what you think. And send me a message so I can invite you to the group. But, hey, it's worth a try. See what happens. But give yourself 30 days and give yourself some grace and mercy. Let's see. She said, I met with a dietitian a few weeks ago, personally, for medical monitoring weight loss. Let's see. They're big advocates. Yeah. Doctors are on board now for low carb, high fat diets because it's all natural. Anything that's processed is not meant for your body. So you have to get to a point to where, is there a keto recipe for pizza? Absolutely. There's a fathead pizza dough, the same dough that you use to make cinnamon rolls without the sugar you use to make pizza. It's the bomb, Candace. I'll have to send you the recipe. There's also, you can make it with cauliflower. There's a cauliflower crust pizza. The ones in the store have extra added ingredients. I don't know if I would buy those. You can make your own and dry it out. But yes, there's a keto pizza recipe. Absolutely. And it's delicious. I've made it before. I think Helen saw my keto pizza before. And I load it with sugar-free tomato sauce, mozzarella cheese, pepperoni. Pepperoni doesn't have any carbs in it. You can do your own sausage. You can have all vegetables, no carrots. Carrots are high in sugar. For fruit right now, when you start, if you can go the first 30 days with no fruit, no fruit. But after the 30 days, you can have berries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, blackberries. Those are low on the glycemic index. So for the first couple of months, those are the only fruit that you want to have. Eventually, you'll be able to introduce fruit again, but you don't want anything that spikes your insulin. You don't want it. You want to keep your insulin levels level. When you keep your insulin levels level, your thyroid is level, your hormones level out. I always know if I'm not keto, I'm having hot flashes. When I'm keto, I don't have as many hot flashes because your levels are going up and down. Every time you eat, you spike your insulin, and then you got to wait for it to come down. You cannot have high insulin and burn fat at the same time, whether you're keto or not. So that's why you want to keep your insulin levels low. Let's see if there are any more questions. Okay, I don't see any more questions. Did you guys hear my theme song? Okay, I'm going to play it on the way out. But I want to thank Minister Trinell for my theme song, Tammy's Tuesday Tidbits. And thank Vanessa for my beautiful bag. Yes, Keto Connection is excellent. I watch their videos too. They're hilarious too. She just had a baby and she's following keto even after a baby and breastfeeding. Let's see. What smoothies do you suggest starting on the first days? No fruit. Michelle, I'll get with you. I'll post a smoothie. You won't miss the fruit. When you put your little drops of stevia in there, you don't even notice that there's not any fruit in there. People think that it needs to be sweetened. It doesn't. You don't have to sweeten it. When you take your lettuce, and if you do like a collagen, I'll post a smoothie recipe. You won't need fruit in there. And if you do, just a 4th cup of blueberries will not kill you. So you could put a 4th cup of blueberries in there, but you won't even taste it. But yeah, Keto Connect is good, and they have excellent recipes. Thank you, Laveda. But yeah, she has, let's see what you said. I've made their chicken Florentine about 6 times. Yeah, they make a lot of keto brownies, keto cookies. And like I said, Megan just had a baby, and she does keto and breastfeeds and everything. That baby will be a keto baby, so he'll probably never eat sugar in his life. So yeah, they're really good. They're another one. I'll add them on there too, Keto Connect. They have a Facebook page too, I believe. But yeah, they teach everything. The cholesterol, how do you keep your cholesterol down? Your cholesterol is going to drop. But there's some of your cholesterol at first may go up a little bit, that, like I said, because your body's in shock, but it is going to level out. Your cholesterol won't be high, and your doctor will monitor it for you. I recommend getting your blood levels checked before you start, 30 days after, 60 days, and maybe 90 days. It will level out. So, because you're eating good, healthy fat. So, it's not artery clogging fat. Vegetable oils are artery clogging fat. And when you eat fat and carbs together, it's just a deadly combination. Okay, so the caramel flavored shake. This is what I bought the other day. I bought the Coconut Pods creamer, which has no sugar in it, and they have a caramel flavor, Levita. It is delicious. So what I do is I make my keto coffee, and it tastes like a mocha choca. I call it the mocha choca yata yaya from Starbucks. I forgot what my friend Helen calls it, but she orders it. So it's really good. So you probably can make a shake out of that and mix it up and let it cool. It'll be really good. I'm gonna get you some shakes so that you don't have to buy the on-the-go shakes. The best shake I think that's out is the I think the Atkins or the Slim Fast, but they still have some questionable ingredients in them. I don't drink them, but I mean, if you had to drink one, those will probably be the best ones. But yeah, my coffee is bomb. I love it. It's like I can't wait to taste it. Like, And then I found those coconut pods, and caramel coconut pods, and I went back today and bought 2 more because I was afraid they were going to run out. But I put 2 tablespoons of that instead of heavy cream in there. Whenever I'm doing vegan and I'm not eating meat, I'll use the coconut cream instead of using heavy cream in my coffee. But there's vegan keto. You don't have to eat meat to do keto. You can do it without it. Every vegetable that you eat has protein in it. You'll be amazed how much stuff has protein in it. Your hemp seeds has proteins. Your chia seeds have protein. Your nutritional yeast, all those things have protein in it. Oh my goodness, Beatrice, you're gonna love, cousin, you are gonna love keto. Guaranteed, you won't have to take as much diabetic medicine. You should try it and give it 30 days. Tell your doctor that you're doing it, and they'll monitor you. Do you prick your finger? If you prick your finger, you'll be able to monitor your glucose levels. Okay, Carlotta, I think you're in the group. I'll post some vegan keto recipes. Vegan keto is good. I do it during the week, and I have my smoothie. I have my salad, and in the morning I have my bulletproof coffee with collagen powder to do vegan. And then there's a vegan protein powder that I use in my smoothies whenever I'm doing vegan keto. So you can do it. And once you are steady on keto, your hair, nails grow like crazy. Your skin clears up, especially if you're doing a collagen supplement. You'll be amazed. When I travel, I have travel electrolyte packages, collagen packages, MCT oil packages. I have travel everything. So I just put them in my purse and hop on a plane. Shantae, I can coach you for a month. Do you have a vegan bulletproof hot chocolate recipe? Yes, if you do the MCT oil with no butter and do the coconut pods, yes, I do have one. You can do the coffee, the MCT oil, the coconut pods, the caramel coconut pods. Those don't have animal protein in it, and your stevia with your coffee, and it'll be vegan. The one thing that I'm confused is why regular doctors and partner nutritionists don't suggest. The reason that doctors, I'll be honest with you, the reason that if they're not telling you to do low carb, it's for the money. Because if you think about it, if you have surgery, have you really learned the lesson? I see a lot of people having, having the gastric bypass surgery. You don't really learn the lesson. With keto, you kind of have an intimate relationship with your body. You start to get to know your body, what it likes, what it doesn't like, what it reacts to, what it doesn't react to. So you can make informed choices. If I'm standing over a buffet, I'm like, do I want to be sick or do I not want to be sick? That's literally what it comes down to. If I feel like I want to be sick today, I'm going to eat everything on the buffet. If not, I'm going to be selective in what I'm eating. You start to get in tune with your body. What they do is, they're pushing medicines on you, and like I said, I'm just blessed with two doctors, Dr. Jason Kramer and Dr. Philip Ajay. Neither one of them were like, medicine is the answer. They were like, you can change it in your food. Just like my doctor told me the other day when I went to the doctor the day after Thanksgiving for my physical. He's like, you don't need hormone replacement therapy. You can treat it with your food. Okay, Tina and Shantae, I'm going to get with you guys. Yes. Yeah, you guys can be accountability partners. Okay, you guys are going to be you're going to be my guinea pigs, kind of, sort of. I've coached others, but okay, we're going to coach you together. But yeah, they take the easy way out. And I'm not saying, if you're 200-300 pounds overweight, you may need to have, I know people that have the gastric bypass and then do keto. To each his own. Some people have to have it. They don't have enough control, but that is the best diet to do after you have the bypass surgery, because you don't have to eat a lot of food. You can start to eat a lot of fat, but a lot of times you can't digest a lot of fat at once. So you have to do what's best for you and your situation. Oh my goodness, Candace, yes. I love, I make bone broth. I buy frozen bone broth. We have turkey, like if you have like turkey leftover or chicken bones, you can boil your bone broth slow overnight. All the gelatinous collagen in your bones will leach out of the bones. It's very good for you and very healing for you. Yes, Marilyn, of course you can. Yeah, it's all about the money. No, Livia, you don't need to have no surgery. I see you every week. You don't need to have no surgery. Let's see. I have a keto cookbook. Can we do a cooking night together? Of course. Of course. I'll post some of my recipes. I'll post them. If you guys want to see them, I'll post them. I'll post some of my recipes. I'll also share some of the videos. Just join the keto group. Send me a message to join the keto group. So that way everybody on my page who's not interested in keto won't be like, why is this girl still posting this stuff? And then I'll share the links to the YouTube channels and all that stuff with you. But, the way you have to look at it is that 30 days will pass you by anyway. And it's just going to think about your insides. It's going to heal and change your insides. I'm a living witness. So it's going to heal your insides and change. It's going to change how you look at yourself, how you feel about yourself. And even if you do keto and you don't love it, at least if you get to a point to where you really want to lose weight or you really want to get healthy, you know how to do it. It is a lifestyle. You get to the point. Ben Azadi did a video the other day. He said you start out with keto, you get fat adapted, then you do intermittent fasting, and then you do your keto flexible. And then you start doing feast days. There's stages to it. So you can't do them all at once. You have to be patient. And the way you have to look at it is it's December 10th. 6 months is going to be 6 months, whether you're doing keto or not. Why not be 60 pounds lighter in 6 months, 40 pounds lighter in 6 months, healthier in 6 months? And you heal your body first and then you lose weight. Over those first 30 days, that's what your body is doing. It's reprogramming and healing itself. So it's going through a lot of changes. That's why I said don't try to implement everything at once. Take baby steps and start. That's why a lot of people quit. They get frustrated. But you can't quit. I've been doing it on and off for for a long time. I did it consistently. But like I said, I like to eat and cook, so I had to figure out a way. But I started to discover other doctors, like Dr. Mindy Peltz Hall. She talks about being women, we need to be metabolically flexible so that we can go in and out. So that when our hormones are raging, like right before our cycles and stuff, you need good carbs. You need the sweet potatoes. You need those different things. And then there's ways once you are at your goal weight and you want to eat carbs every now and then, like for example, if you want to have a baked potato, those are horrible starchy carbs. You bake your potato, you cool it, and then you heat it up. Well, when you do that, your body can't digest those carbs. They're never going to absorb. Those are little tricks that can help you later. Say you're just craving French fries. You got to have some French fries. You buy the French fries, you let them cool, then you reheat them. Your body never digests those carbs. So there's a lot of little tricks to it. There's levels to it. So let's just start with the 30 days. Get everybody on it, starting to see some progress, starting to see some weight loss, starting to see your body transform, starting to feel good about yourself on the inside. Drink plenty of water because you're going to be going to the bathroom a lot. Your body's going to be letting go of the water. No, it's not going to make you gain more weight drinking water, but drink plenty of water and watch your body work for you. Oh my God, I've been on here an hour and 20 minutes. This is a good topic. Yay. Any other questions before I go? Okay, inbox me that you want to be in the keto group. I'll put you in there. I'm going to post my presentation on my page so that you'll have it. Maybe that'll spark your interest. For those of you that were on last week, thank you so much for requesting the budget. Hopefully you're using it. Hopefully you're a week into getting your finances in order. Now we're working on the body, and we're going to do, my trainer said he'll do a fitness challenge with me. Let's see. Levada said, let me tell you, heavy whipping cream with a tiny bit of instant pudding is whipped up. Yes. And with heavy whipping cream and cream cheese and some fresh lemon and stevia, it makes the best cheesecake substitute. It's so good. I buy these little, oh God, what are those called? I forgot what the molds are called. The little molds, and put the cheesecake in and put them in the freezer and you just pop them out. Those are called fat bombs. It's got fat, it's got a little bit of protein. When you're craving something sweet, you can pop those out of the freezer, eat them, and they'll satisfy your sweet tooth. I love those because I love cheesecake. So I make those. Yeah. But yeah, Levada, like those little things make a big difference. Heavy whipping cream, those things become your best friend. Heavy whipping cream you'll use a lot in your recipes. You can make gravies. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. There's thickeners like xanthan gum that I use in my cinnamon rolls. I'll do, when I do get a lot of people interested in doing keto, I'll do, like cupcake holders. They're like silicone. The little silicone tiny mold is red. I'll put like 12 of them in there, freeze it, pop them out and eat them. Oh, so good. But yeah, once I get a keto group going, I'll go into the keto group and I'll do some keto cooking in there. I'll do a keto cinnamon roll, show you how to roll them up and cut them and bake them. Delicious. Yeah, you can make little keto. There's recipes for keto mug cakes. Like you can mix it up, put it in the microwave for a minute, and you have it pops out a little cake. You would be amazed. You're not going to be missing out on anything. You're going to be like, what took me so long? Okay, I think, was it Tina and Shantae? Okay, they're going to be my first couple. Do they have a lactose version? Yes, the coconut pods. I'll send you a picture of them. They sell them in Jewel. You can use them as creamer. You can use them in, like, I use those when I'm doing vegan. I use those in my my keto pancakes recipe instead of heavy whipping cream. They work just fine. Yes, there's a lactose, there's a vegan version for everything. All right. I'm excited. If y'all excited, I'm excited. Okay, so I'll invite all of you to the group, and I'll post the presentation about keto. Look it over, and if you have any questions, just send them to me. I would be happy to answer them for you. And we're gonna have a couple of success stories in here. I can just see it. Don't forget, give it 30 days. Are you going to give us a day at the grocery store shopping in the new year? Sure, I can do that. Whatever you want, just post it and I'll do it. I'll be happy to go to the grocery store. I go to sometimes I go to Whole Foods, but now I go to Aldi's. I'm all over the place. I'll order Walmart pickup. Walmart has a lot of organic stuff too, but yeah, you'll be surprised what you can find. A lot of things that I can't find, I'll just order it on Amazon because it'll come the next day. But I'm big on reading the ingredients. So you have to get to a point to where you read the ingredients, because a lot of things that say keto on it, it'll have hidden flours in it, hidden sugars, especially in the frozen section. Like they have these cauliflower tater tots. When I saw that, I'm like, woo. I looked at the back. I'm like, no, can't do it. You'll be a better version of you for it. You'll be healthy. Health is wealth. And trust me, I've learned that over the last 7 years, if nothing else. Yes, we'll meet up. So, Latrice, do you want to join with Shantae and Tina? Now, you know how I am about stuff. I'm going to be on y'all. I might not be y'all friend no more after that. No, I'm going to be on you. But yes, I will help you with it. I'll help you go to the grocery store and show you how to cook the stuff too. And then you start with what you like. Don't start trying to eat stuff that you don't like that's going to make you miserable, because the first 30 days is going to be enough changes for your body. Start with the stuff that you like, even if you feel like you're eating the same thing over. Just pick, different things and go with it, because you don't want to have misery on top of misery. Now I'm eating an avocado. I hate avocados, but I love avocados now. But she told me, she goes, girl, everybody says they don't like avocado. Go ahead and eat the avocado. I put it on everything now. I love guacamole. Guacamole is keto. You can have guacamole. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to get off. But I go to Uncle Julio's, and I'm going to tell you what I eat. I get the fajita plate with the shrimp, steak, and chicken. Just the vegetables. No beans and rice. And I have them. It comes with the Mexican butter already on it. I have them give me some guacamole, the sour cream, the bomb.com. You don't miss nothing else. It's very hard not to eat the chips. I take the salsa from the chips and pour it all over it. Delicious. I go to Chipotle and I get the burrito bowl, the burrito salad, no rice. And I get the vegetables, barbacoa, sour cream, salsa, guacamole. Delicious. Derek, Renee said, if I wear a Steelers jersey, can I live with y'all for the first 30 days?
Nope.
He said no.
Only real fans.
He said only real fans. You can, Renee.
Nope.
Derek will make an exception for you. He love you. Okay, so I have a few takers that's willing to do it. Okay, this is what I want you to do. Take a before picture. Take a picture of your face and then your whole body. And then we'll take a 30-day, a 60-day, and a 90-day. And give yourself some grace and mercy. The first 30 days is the hardest, but once you get the hang of it, because remember, you're doing something totally different. Everybody's had fat as the enemy. Fat is not the enemy. Fat is your friend. So in order to burn fat, you got to eat fat. And that took a long time for me to learn that, because I used to be a low carb. I did every diet. I have done every diet there is to do. My husband is sitting right here. He can tell you. This one works. It works. All right, everybody. I'm gonna play my little theme song for y'all. Y'all ready? On my way out. Thank you, Trinell, for it. But I am excited. And I'm gonna get my trainer. I'll see him on Thursday. He said he's gonna hook us up with a challenge, and I'll have him on. He'll probably be my first guest, and he'll tell you the exercises that you need to do to get in shape. Oh, I got the computer on mute. Hold on. All right, I'm signing off. I'm going to let it play for a little bit. You're welcome, Tina.
exercise, and fitness. You can get that all right here on
You're welcome, Kalada. Isn't that so cool? I'm so excited. Okay, y'all. Keto on. I'll post the links to all of the keto coaches too, okay? Have a good night. Be blessed. And God spared me 18 years ago, so God is the God of second chances. Have a good night. Thanks, everybody.